Mummy's in a castle with big dogs and concrete floors. Mummy's in a castle with security guards and bolted doors.
That was the first thing to hit me, my children, what's going to happen, just the sheer shock, I think.
My children screaming when they had to leave, it was the most traumatic thing that I have ever been through in my life, and the grief was never validated, and that grief is still with me today.
Having your mum go to prison is a really serious traumatic event for children. Many children, because they haven't been prepared for it, because they don't know what's going to happen, it comes as a great shock.
I was still bleeding from having my son, and I was still feeding him. I got the children ready for school. It was business as usual. I went off to court with just a tissue in my hand. I didn't have anything packed or anything ready. When the sentence was handed out, it was a massive shock.
If a woman is expecting to have a pre-sentence report ordered, then there would be a bit of an adjournment, and that would allow a mum to make plans for her children in case she gets sent to prison. But if the court decide to just crack on with sentencing, then she can be sent to prison that day with no plans at all in place for her children.
I was prepared that I may not be returning home, but not for that length of time. I was absolutely horrified. How would they cope, and would I get to see them? Would anybody bring them? A lot of emotion, a fear for my children. My daughter, that was 14 at the time, she had to make a choice which of her siblings would stay together. Not only did she lose her mum, she lost her siblings. And that's something that she's never gotten over.
It can have lifelong effects on the health and well-being of a child when they've experienced something that difficult in their childhood. It's very confusing, it's very frightening, it's very upsetting. Most of the children that I've talked to have just been sad that their mum has gone.
The hall is noisy. It reeks of pain, of sweat, and nostrils. No touching, they shout.
So a prison is a really difficult place to visit for a child. So they can't hold hands, they can't sit on their mum's knee. None of those familiarities for mothers and children are allowed to exist in that space.
So she had a 2-hour journey, and it was with a social worker that she didn't know. For the time that she had with me, she would just put her head on my knee and cry the whole time. When she was 16, she was put in her first taster flat, I think they call it. And she says that she would remember that when she would be walking home from friends at night, she would think, if something happens to me, nobody would know because there's nobody at home waiting for me. So I was constantly worried about her.
We have to stay at Nanny's. She smokes. It stinks. She cries. I cry. Everyone cries. I don't care what she's done. I just want my mum.
I understood that I was receiving a punishment. I couldn't make peace with the fact that my children were also suffering. I just kept staring at him. I couldn't believe that he was with me. And then I had this rush of guilt that he was but the other 4 weren't, and I worried about what they might think. Why would he get to be with Mum when we can't?
I think if it wasn't for the children, I may not have survived it as well as I did. I also think that I'd been through so much adversity that when I got to prison, that bit of being in prison was easy for me. I was no longer being abused. I was no longer drinking and taking drugs and self-loathing. I learned a lot about myself. And I knew that I had to be a good parent for these children when I got home.
So when a judge sentences a mother, they're punishing her. But actually the people who bear the consequences of that punishment are her children. They're whoever takes on the care of those children. The ripples go wide, and they go through the child's life into their adulthood as well.
Sometimes I feel different, but I don't like to think of that. I want to feel normal. People don't know what I've been through. They don't understand.
For my son who was with me, I was told that he would be less socially enabled, that he would be behind in his learning, less intelligent, more likely to be part of the system growing up because of me.
When I was released from prison, I was told that I would only get to see my children 6 times a year, and I knew that wasn't going to happen. I would continuously write to social services telling them all the things that I was doing, and would constantly push to see my children more.
So it's really important in all these cases that the children are put right at the centre of things. And it is right for judges, it's part of the law, that they should be thinking about those children, and it really matters what's going to happen to them if they're separated from their mothers. Globally, there's quite a lot of research evidence on the impact of maternal imprisonment on children. And we know that it does have both short-term and long-term impacts.
My own daughter that's in her 20s now, because she didn't have any parenting, it's almost like she's trapped in a 15-year-old. And, you know, she was angry at me. She felt that I'd left her. They just feel rejected and abandoned.
I lost my home when my mum went away. I had no one. The one person I trusted was taken away from me.
If I'm being honest, I don't think I will ever get over making decisions that took me away from them.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, be sure to check out these videos next. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to get a notification each time we upload a new video.